New to VR shooters? Then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be going over basic mechanics and controls, weapon familiarization, aim and accuracy, movement techniques, situational awareness, and more. There are two different types of reloading. A realistic reload, which is just pretty much manual reloading where you have to rack it back to chamber a round. And careful, if you reload when you still have bullets left, you will lose a bullet whenever you chamber the round. Versus the hybrid version where you stuff a mag in there and you have to wait on a cooldown to mimic the actual rack back timing. So with realistic reload, you're going to need to familiarize yourself with each individual weapon that you want to use because chambering a bullet is going to be different on each weapon. So you're going to need to learn to reload during combat. In these instances, you're going to run out of bullets completely and you're going to need to do your full manual reload. Now I know racking it back can sometimes cause frustration, so you're going to want to learn to do it as fast as possible. But do note that if you didn't deplete all of your bullets in that mag, whenever you shove your new one in, you will not need to chamber the round. This will cut back a lot of time so you can combat effectively. Now that you are familiar with the way your guns reload, let's check out the recoil. Now the recoil pattern can be a little ridiculous, especially when you're bouncing from shooter to shooter. Contractors here has a lot more recoil than that of breachers and Vail. So a good trick to figuring out your recoil pattern, point at the wall, don't adjust anything while you're shooting and just let loose. You can see that this recoil pattern went up and kind of to the right with a little hook at the end. So now that I have that information, I can try to control my recoil while I'm shooting. Another thing to consider is bursting bullets is going to be more precise than actually just letting loose. So if you know it takes 5 to 6 bullets to kill somebody, then go for 6 to 7 for the just in case purposes. Bad thing about first person shooters are they are not all created equal, meaning that each game has a different method for their aiming. I love games that utilize physical sights. I love a red dot, I love holographics, ACOG if they got them. But other games such as X8 and Population 1, they have a more arcadey approach to it where you actually have a cursor the whole time. For these games, I like to keep my trigger hand up against my chest to stabilize my sight, and then with my offhand I pivot my aim and then I can just pull the trigger whenever I'm ready. This stabilizes one hand to the fullest, only rendering one hand to be potentially shaky. Now some games do offer virtual stock options. Virtual stock just stabilizes the offhand, that way you're not fighting up against both hands being shaky. I choose to stay freehand because freehand transitions to every single game. Virtual stock options tend to change with each different game. They tailor them differently per each developer's taste. Now when it comes to the games that aim down sights, I tend to expand my stance a little more. I will bring the sight as close as I can to my face without my controller drifting off into space, courtesy of Quest 2's awesome tracking. With my offhand, I push it out farther, that way it can stay stabilized. Whenever I kept my hands closer, I noticed the gun's pivoting system kicked in during the adrenaline rushes, rendering my sights to be shaking more than an epileptic at a strobe light convention. Movement. So let's cover movement. It's pretty obvious you don't want to get shot. So in games like Contractors where you have a slide and a jump, you want to utilize that to make sure that your head is not at the gun level. Most people pre-aim whenever they're going around corners. They'll hold the gun at head height and pre-fire going around the corner. So if you're sliding or jumping around the corner, chances are you're going to absorb those shots into the chest rather than the head. So be sure to utilize your game's movement mechanics. So whenever you're in your gunfight, situation awareness is necessary. You definitely need to take cover into consideration. So in a game like Breachers, you know you can take 3, maybe 4 people out with one mag. If you feel like you're getting empty, do duck for cover while you reload. Now when you're behind cover, the great thing about VR is you can reach your gun up and actually shoot down over the cover. That is one reason why I like to play offline mode, so I can take situations like this and apply it into online lobbies. The majority of the games out there have immersed run implemented in. That just means whenever you drop your gun barrel, you start running. One thing I do like to do is teach myself how to hipfire accurately. This way I can run and gun. What I like most about the hipfire method is the element of surprise. It definitely catches your opponent off guard. One thing I would like to address here is sound. In almost every single shooter that I've played, sound is key. One thing I have done in every shooter is turn the music all the way off. This way I can focus on strictly sound effects. And in some cases, I will turn the voice down a good 50%. And judging on some lobbies, completely off. And I can't stress enough, you're gonna need some good headphones. Any set of headphones with a 3.5mm jack will do. So with the music completely off, this means I can just focus completely on footsteps and sounds and positioning of the enemy. I can be battling with people in front of me, but hear the enemy coming up from behind. That way, if I actually eliminate the enemies in front of me, I can run forward and duck for cover in anticipation for the enemy trying to pull the flank from behind. This is situational awareness, and honestly, with the music completely cut off like that, this makes me focus 100% on it. I can't really show you good map placements because, again, this is just new to VR shooters players. So if you're looking for particular games, do check out the videos for those because I have tips and tricks on almost every single shooter that I play. This one is a hard one to really do, specifically if you're not playing with a bunch of friends. And I'm talking, of course, about communication. Having good communication as a team really helps helps out a lot. So if you do find yourself playing with some good players, don't forget to friend them. This way you can pair back up and join in, and you can get that nice team chemistry going on. And if you find yourself wanting to play real competitively, a lot of these games do have leagues. You can jump into the Discord servers that they have and find yourself a team. Hopefully this has helped you guys out. And again, if you're looking for particular games, I do have tips and tricks on them. Just search F and Hate It tips and tricks and type the game in. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out till then.